and welcome to the Geek Tank. This is Sabrina Lowery. Welcome. I am going to take you through the behind the scenes and an entire production of my live stream so that I can tell you and teach you how to monetize your live stream using your joystick devices. As you see, I've got one here with me and I've got my second one here so that I'll be changing my focus and my camera around throughout the broadcast so that you can get a bird's eye view of how you can live stream. And it's just going to lead right into all things Google because YouTube is my favorite platform. And now that we are live, just stay tuned and hang on in. I'm going to walk you through what my steps and processes are in order to do my live Geek Tank each week. Okay. So starting with what setup am I going to use? Step one in the live streaming process for me, of course, is the thought behind the topic and why are we even having a conversation. So the purpose of the Geek Tank is to bring you great information and resources and technology tools and tips to help you be productive and also profitable for those small business owners and entrepreneurs that are connected to me. And please subscribe and follow and share. Okay, so today's lesson is again about the process of live streaming, and my tool of choice is my joystick. And today I've got one already set up for you here. If you are interested in the joystick device, I will put some comments here so that you are able to let's see, let's go here. Live chat is now turned on, so you all can give me some feedback if you are wanting to chat with me. All right, so let me get my focus here. There, I think you can see me clearly. So step one, I have chosen to live stream on two devices today. And so we're going to have YouTube here. We're going to have Facebook here. And actually, I'll go ahead and do IG here because I've got a great following on Instagram as well. So for my Facebook audience, I actually get to kind of put my live stream together as a show, if you will, because I get to add graphics and have literally a produced video content that is shared online. So I'm going to go to the website that I use is BeLive, BeLive.tv. So I've got BeLive already logged in on my machine, and I have gone ahead and scheduled my live stream as a solo production. It also has features and options where you can do a live interview broadcast, and then you can also do what they call a studio. So then you can have multiple guests, almost like a Zoom conference, if you will. So strap in, let's get to work. All right, I've got 6 minutes and 15 seconds before go live on Facebook. So we'll watch that entire process. So on my computer, because this is my production studio, and then I'll have my smartphone as my secondary platform, I'm going to go ahead and start my agenda. Okay, so that as I'm talking about my topics, I am able to go ahead and share what my message is with my viewers and have just at the click of the way the setup is, the interface is, you will actually see that. So let me go ahead, and right now I just created my new agenda. There is a drop down message here. I would turn my screen around so that you can actually watch this happen. Let's see if I can get it. Y'all bear with me, okay? Just unplug it, Sabrina. All right, y'all, bear with me. So let me see if I can bring this down That view is not the greatest, so I'm going to actually change to the other joystick device, so hang tight. Let's drop this down, and that way we have a working session. Perfect. All right, so that's perfect. Now you can see my screen, right? Perfect. So just follow along what my process is, and it's not as zoomed. I don't want to get too, yeah, I'll stick to zoomed out because the quality is just not good. All right, so y'all just hang in there with me. Let me go back. There you go. All right, so my joystick is over here on the side. All right, I'm trying to give y'all a little bit of lighting. All right, you may not see the exact text, but you'll get the gist of my message, okay? So I have dual screens set up right now. I've got my Surface tablet here, and then I've got my live screen. So as I'm watching my production, I will be able to see my prompts. I will be able to see anyone that is on my live broadcast, and then I'll also be able to share this new agenda that I talked about. Okay, so on the new agenda, I'm going to hit my plus sign, and my agenda item is going to say welcome. And then I'm going to actually type the content that I want to say to everyone. Okay, welcome to the Geek Tank TV, and this week's webisode is all about, and then you fill in the blank, right? So for me, my topic for today was going to be about the contracts, about Georgia real estate contracts and electronic signatures tools, okay? So I have that, and tune in for upcoming events and classes. Okay, and add agenda item. So what will happen is, as I'm doing my broadcast, my screen, when I hit the show, you see that text will change and then hide, and then it will go back to the default there. And so that is the process there. And so then we will go in this side of the screen, and this is where what they call the lower thirds. So I'm going to show that. So when I start the broadcast, as soon as I go live in another minute and 30 seconds, it's going to have that welcome banner on the screen. And then I'll be able to change that information as people comment and share and so on and so forth. So just stay tuned for that. I'm going to go ahead and share. Oh, go back. You guys just hang in there a moment. Live in the Geek Tank. Tune in on YouTube and Facebook now. Right? So that's my way of promoting the event. Okay, I'll go ahead and tag myself here, and that goes in my timeline on Instagram, and then I'm sharing it to my Facebook and also my Twitter, so that in 36 seconds when we go live, that will then create that viral sensation. So here we go. It's going to be Let's Talk Technology, Sabrina Lowery, the Geek Tank. All right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share that post and select all. And voila. So I've just posted that live. Okay, and that is basically my background. So as I go through the agenda, The second thing that I usually do is my call to action. And why do you have a call to action? In my case, it's because I want more subscribers to my YouTube channel. Okay, and then I'll put in parentheses. Okay, only a certain amount of text will fit, so don't get carried away with your call to action, by the way. So there, when I'm ready to display that, I'll go ahead and click show. So you get the gist of how this production works, and boom, we are ready to go live. So here we go. Go ahead and get my IG stream going. Get my joystick going. There we go. Awesome. All right, y'all, here we go. Good morning, everyone. How are you? This is Sabrina Lowery, and welcome to the broadcast. And I have a live stream coming to you on YouTube as well. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/Sabrina Lowery RE Tech. And hey, everybody, welcome to the Geek Tank. It is yours truly, Sabrina Lowery, and I am just thrilled to be here with you today. And I have some great content to share with you today. And so, hi, Instagram world and YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. So I've got several devices going on today just to show you the power of the joystick. I've got one here on my tabletop. I've got my full size here with a couple of clamps so that I can change my angles during this lesson and let you see the screen and work through how I'm able to give you great content and information. So I'm excited. Welcome. I would like to take this time also to let you all know that I am live today on Instagram, hey IG, YouTube, hey, and you're getting the bird's eye view on YouTube because then you get to see the Facebook live production. And so, hey, everyone in Facebook world. So I'm going to go ahead and display that on my lower third so everyone knows who the woman of the hour is on this broadcast. My name is Sabrina Lowery, and I'm just so glad to be here with you this Tuesday. I want to let you all know that today we are going to be talking about G Suite and Google because I've got a nice little referral link for you to take advantage of. But more importantly, I want to make sure that you all know that I am a realtor and I am the broker and owner of Legacy Realty and Management, and we are a full service licensed residential and commercial brokerage in Georgia. Metro Atlanta is our area of specialization right now, servicing 13 counties of the metro region, about a good 100-mile radius outside of the downtown Atlanta corridor. And so, hey, to Socks Chucky, thank you for jumping on. And so, what I like to do is educate people. That is a big passion of mine, is to inform and educate people because when you know better, you do better. Wouldn't you agree? And so when you have services such as I do in the multiple companies that I own, it's very clear when people identify with a certain story or need. Hi, Lalari. Thank you for jumping on. I hope I said your name right. Lalari. Did they call you Lala? Okay, so what I want to do is just go through a little bit about myself for those of you that have never followed or listened to me teach and speak so that you are informed about how I help people. So I'll start with the fact that I am your technology evangelist. And the reason you'll see my little banner behind me here There you go. And so the reason that I have proclaimed myself a technology evangelist is because I have learned to literally use and monetize technology in all of my businesses. Okay. And the primary resource that I am able to do that is through Google and G Suite. And so being on the Google G Suite partnership team, it allows me to help inspire and educate and inform everyone of all ages, all races on how to use Google to its fullest potential and power of what it is, okay? Because it has a lot of products and services, as I point out in my book, The Entrepreneur's Blueprints for Digital Dominance. You see this chapter? It's all things Google. And so that is something that I proclaim to know. It's something I've been certified in. It is something that, even in tested situations, I have proven that I am an result oriented mentor and trainer. It's all about you getting the tool you need to rid of any problem or issue you've had prior to coming to me. So I am live on Facebook. I am live here on Instagram. And again, for those of you that have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so now. I am live on YouTube. Hey, YouTube world. All right, so let's go into now my first topic of conversation today, which is about the Georgia real estate contract. And here in Georgia, let me grab my file, y'all. Just one moment. I should have had that right in front of me. All right, here we go. And so I am literally in the process of negotiating a contract for one of my clients. And we have the challenge of, hi, Rifa Matia. I hope I said it right. Thank you for jumping on. And I just want to let you know that the process is all electronic signatures from all parties, okay? And so there are some people that are not so tech savvy that that process is seamless. And so I have to train my clients. So I thought I'd do this video as just a little teaching tool to show you the power of electronic signing and signatures in contracts. So YouTube, you have the best view because you actually get to see me do the live demo. But what I'm going to do is go into my tool, which is called Transaction Desk. Transaction Desk is a platform that allows realtors and real estate agents in Georgia to go into what we call our digital contracts. Our MLS services are there. Tax record information is there. And so if you are on YouTube, you are seeing my screen. So if any of you are on Instagram and you're not connected with my YouTube channel, subscribe now and you'll be able to see my screen on this demo right now. And for those of you that are on my Facebook live stream right now, just follow along and be sure that you can do your steps when you're logged in on your system. Okay, so here we go. I'm going into Transaction Desk, and again, Transaction Desk, let me change my little note right here. Welcome back. Thank you. Sorry for the interruption. I am doing a screen share with you right now on the product called Transaction Desk. Boom, we're rocking. Okay, y'all. I'm going to continue because what I have to do now is show you how to build your transaction, right? So for those of you that are not able to see my screen, jump on YouTube and you will be able to see my screen. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new transaction. This is a training lesson that I do with all of my agents, and today is going to be test contract for buyer. Once you name that file, I, as a broker, have set up templates for my agents to go through all of their contracts. So think about that, okay? And so, hey, Competitive Edge, how you doing? Thank you for jumping on. We're talking about Transaction Desk. I'm sure you know all about it. So this training lesson, if you want to see my screen, jump on over to YouTube. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/Sabrina Lowery RE Tech. I'll go ahead and type that in, y'all, so you can have it. And then that way, if you would like to jump on and see my screen share, you can do that. All right, there it is. YouTube.com/ Sabrina Lowery RE Tech for all of you guys that can't see my screen. So let's continue. So because again, as a broker, I have some preset forms for all of my agents that make it very easy when they're building a contract in order to then turn it into me and submit everything in order with signatures, with initials, with proof of funds, with earnest money, and so on and so forth, right? So in this particular case, this is a listed property. So it then allows me to go right in and update the listing because it's going to ask me for the MLS number of this particular property, and the MLS number for this property is 843 312. Okay, 843. And so I'll punch that in, and then it asks me, add me as, am I the listing agent or am I the selling agent? Well, this particular example, we are the selling agent. And thank you for jumping on. I see we've got a viewer here live, and we are demonstrating transaction desk for contracts in Georgia. All right, so here we go. The next step is going to allow us, if we're representing the buyer, right? So it's going to then build our file. If you think about, I build this file physically for my clients with all of the tabs for the different sections. But in the digital world, you want to be organized in such a way that you are able to communicate with all parties of the transaction, because it's not just for people. It's not just the buyer, seller, buyer's agent, seller, agent. It's the closing attorney and the inspector and the appraiser and the closing firm, title company, and on and on and on. So we're building an entire now platform for everybody to communicate and have the appropriate documentation. So if you can see my screen, now it has built my template for my forms. So I'm just going to tab on through, because this is the wizard that you are able to build your transaction. It goes in step 1, what is the transaction property details? Step 2, what are the transaction dates? Okay, which are super important, because it's going to then take all this data that you're inputting from this screen and build it into your contract, y'all. So I'm just going to give an example right now. It just pre-populated the date of 8/23 in here. So I'm going to go ahead and just modify that to today being the 28th. And offer expiration date is very important. Okay, so let's get that in there. I'm only going to give, say, 24 hours. Okay, I'm clicking the date in the system, so I think we've got a lot of data streaming right now, so the clicks are a little slow. I want the offer to expire, there it goes, at noon. So it's now allowing me 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. I'll give them till noon. I'm going to blank out this offer acceptance date because I don't have an accepted contract yet. This is important. I just had this conversation with one of my team members. Do not, for the life of you, fill in the acceptance or binding agreement date with your initial offer. That is not how it works. So if you've not learned anything today, do not fill in that acceptance or binding agreement date when you're submitting your initial offer. So there, I blanked it out. We're going to keep tabbing on through. It's going to then ask, when do you want to close? So in Georgia, you know, that's totally dependent on your lender. So is your lender saying, hey, we can close in 14 days? Or is your lender saying, no, this is a renovation loan and therefore we need more time for appraisals and inspections and so on and so forth. So we need 45 days maybe to close. So I'll go ahead and drop this out to the last Friday of the month of September, September 28th, okay? If the lender has any problems before our financing contingency expires, I will be sure to submit an amendment, okay? So there we go. I'm selecting my date, and then you want to get the funding date. So here in Georgia, because of TRID, all of the financing regulations and laws, the buyer must have 7 days to review everything for their closing within 5 and 7 days. And so under funding date, the funding date could technically be the date of closing, but I like to back into things, and that way if we make it early, great. But if we don't, guess what? We just bought ourselves 7 days of that unilateral extension time, okay? So let me go ahead and put that in for the funding date would then be the 20th, since I said the 27th over here, okay? Then guess what is important again? Let's see, the 20th was our date for September, right? Possession date. When does the buyer want to move in and receive the keys, and so on and so forth? And so typically when it's a vacant house, then you take possession the day of closing, right? Simple as that. So let's go ahead and also mark that on the 28th. And so once you get your closing date and the time established, you can just go ahead and put your time. Possession at, okay, we're closing at 9 a.m., possession at 9 a.m. on that day. Okay, so save. Excuse me. We're tabbing on to the next step in the wizard, which is now all the parties to the transaction, the buyer, the seller, and if that person is not there, then guess what you need to do? You need to add a contact, and so then that would be your client. All right, and so I've got my client here, and so let's just pick a client here, and so next. And so the wizard is now adding this person to the transaction, which is so important because now I'm going to say this is a buyer. And so the smart intuitiveness of this technology is that in every placeholder that a buyer must sign the contract, it will help pre-populate their information. So I love that feature in this transaction desk. Let me just see what's going on over here on my Facebook live stream. It seems like we've got a little bit of a delay, but for IG and YouTube, hang on in there with me, please. If you are still with me, give me some likes, give me some love. Let me know you're still here. Thank you so much. All right, so now I've got that contract, and so we talked about that signature process, right? So the very first thing I want to look for is the name of the form, which is my purchase and sale agreement. And once I identify the form, you just click in through, and what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to type in your client's offer so that they can then review it online on their phone, their tablet, their computer. They can download it to a PDF and create their online Google Drive storage, or they can print it hard copies. Okay, so in this case I need a purchase and sale agreement, which is our Georgia form F20. Add that to the transaction, and away we go. So you'll scroll down to that particular contract form, and voila. For those of you that are on IG and you're wanting to see my screen share, I am live on YouTube. So now I've got my contract built, I've gone through, I've filled in all my blanks, yada, yada, yada. Guess what? Now I've got placeholders in here for the buyer's signatures and so on and so forth. So right from this technology, it says, hey, you want to create a signing session with this form? Yes, I do. And so then you're able to, it's generating its contract signing session is what it's called in Authentisign. So Transaction Desk works with Authentisign for your electronic signature process. All right. And so now that next step in the wizard is allowing you to build your transaction, your signature. Who's signing what? Almost like putting flags on each page that a buyer must sign when you meet with them in person. So this is going to allow me, let me just see what's happening here, if my stream is still live. And if not, I will start a new one, no worries. All right, y'all bear with me one moment. Oh yeah, it says I'm live. Fantastic. So I will just continue. I hope that you guys are still seeing and hearing the live stream here on Facebook. All right, so let me jump back in. I'm going to put this over here. So we are into our Authentisign. Let me go ahead and put that here on the screen. All right, let's hide and let's put Authentisign. Authenticsign. That's your electronic signature process. Okay, so for those other brokers that don't use Transaction Desk, there's another tool that the co-op agent that I'm working with uses. It's called Dot Loop. Dot Loop. Okay, so if you have not done electronic signatures, then Dot Loop is their signature process. And so they've got the e-signing built into their tool. So again, every broker is different, every person is different. And so I've got a client calling me. I will call you back. Y'all just bear with me. All right, we are back live. All right, so here we go. We're building now into the signature. This is the lesson for today. What you must do is add your participants. Who's signing? So typically, because I'm representing one party, I'm going to just have myself and that one party go ahead and sign. So I'm going ahead, I'm checking the boxes, their names. Then I can actually click into the participants and customize the message. This is your contract. Please sign. Okay? And then you can copy that message, save that participant, and guess what? Do the same for all of your participants, right? Here is your contract, please sign. If you need to update any of their contact information, that is your time to do so. And so there you go. So now it's into the documents section. What forms does the buyer need to sign? Well, in this case, it is the purchase and sale agreement. So that form comes up on the screen, and once you click into that form, it's going to now build you a virtual view of the placeholders for every party that needs to sign. In this case, it is me, the selling broker, and the buyer. So as this builds out in the background, you see the electronic signature process building out in Authenticsign. So Transaction Desk is doing some behind the scenes and talking to Authenticsign so that we're able to get our signatures. So there is our contract view. As you can see on the screen, it built an 8-page document for us. So now that we have the document, we need to go ahead and put in place those dates that we took connecting. We are back. All right, so now that I've got my contract, I want to design it, it says. That's the next step in the wizard. So the reason you have to design it is because they don't know where they need to sign. You're the broker. So you've got to step them through the information. It might be their name, it might be their signature, whatever the case might be. You are the expert, and so you are the driver, and so you get to choose their seats and put the placeholders accordingly. So let's design the form. So in the purchase and sale agreement, it is very important in Georgia that we have initials on page 1. So there's practice years ago when I first started the business that every person initialed every single page. Well, today's contract, my average contract is about 20 pages by the time all of the exhibits and addendum and all are compiled. So who really wants to sign 20 pages? Well, guess what? E-signature takes the pain away. Just tap and click and follow along with the prompts and you'll be done. So here we go. You see my share. It is now giving me the ability to put my placeholders based on the signer's name. So there's the drop down. Who are the signers on this document? Myself and my buyer client. Where do they need to sign? So when you scroll up and down in the view, you are able to put placeholders and drag and drop into position where your signatures or initials need to go. So like I said, on page 1, the buyer's initials are required. So I would go ahead, put that placeholder in there, change to her, and boom, voila. Her placeholder is there for her initials on page 1. And then on the very last page, guess what? I want to go ahead, if I forgot to add any stipulations, if I forgot to check a box on the form, this system allows me the ability to update the form right there in Authenticsign. So remember, we started in Transaction Desk. Transaction Desk takes the data that you put in. Remember, you're in control. The data you put in and puts that imported into Authenticsign. So go ahead and build those placeholders out. check your boxes accordingly, add text, whatever it is you need to do. And then most importantly is going to be the signature page. Let's go ahead and get the person's signatures in there. And there we go. Come on, scroll down. We've got a lot of resources going behind the scenes, y'all. So the screen is taking a second to refresh, but follow along. It's trying to catch up. Yeah, it's going crazy. Shine on, Sabrina. So we're trying to get this here contract loaded. I'm just waiting for my screen to figure out what it wants to do. So needless to say, we've built our contract. We've completed the placeholders. So then the next step, if I'm allowed, if my system will allow, I will hit next. Next then sends the customized email to the client and to you, and boom, it allows everyone to just e-sign that document. So what it will happen, it will trigger an email. An email will go to all parties that are required signatures, and then you get to put your pen to the notebook or your finger to your tablet or your phone and sign, or you get to choose like a preset style of font as your signature. So I encourage anyone that is not familiar with the transaction desk and Authenticsign signing tool and process to take a look see. And if you need some more information, Georgia MLS offers free training. If you're a member in the MLS, they have training all the time, virtual and live classes. And of course, I am your technology evangelist, so you can drop in on my page and watch some of my training videos. And if you need some one-on-one, I'm here for you as well. Connect with me on my website. That's sabrinalowery.com. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that is youtube.com/Sabrina Lowery RE Tech. And drop your comments and let me know how I can help you. If you need a specific topic covered, or if you'd like to invite me to come and meet with you and your organization, or how about one better? You come to one of my classes and training events, and I'll be sure to help you. All right, so that was the lesson for today. Contracts 101, basically. I wanted to make sure people understand how an e-signature process works and how, as an agent, it takes us time to build all of that documentation for the client. It is a legally binding document, and what could be more risk than not doing so accordingly. So on behalf of all of my clients, hey, Tutus by Cheryl, thank you for jumping on. And so I hope that that was a nice little valuable lesson for everyone today here in the Geek Tank. I have a couple of announcements before we part ways. I've got several classes and training events that are going to be coming up, and I am thrilled about them because I've been working so hard to get connected and booked by some of the top real estate training academies and institutions around the country. So you're going to begin to see my schedule. I'll be popping in and out different brokerages. I will be teaching different classes here at Legacy Realty and Management. I will also be doing some training at our live event that is coming up October 19th and 20th, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be our Let's Talk live streaming event with the inventor of this fabulous device you see here behind me, the joystick. And I am so thrilled to have Joy Pearson with us for that collaboration, where we'll be talking about how to monetize your live stream and what is the purpose of your live stream. Like, why am I even here talking to you? Well, the reason is because I get asked every day for tips and tools like this. Not only that, but I'm helping a client right now. They get to tune in and watch a lesson and then be able to work all the way through the process of our contract to close. So for you, I will do anything. As your broker, I am here to represent you and all of your needs, and contracts is my specialty. So that's why I teach them, preach them, and I can regurgitate them to my clients so that they know and understand clearly what it is they're being asked to sign in a real estate transaction. If you need some more coaching on that, let me know. I hope you like that one. Transaction desk, y'all. Get rid of paper. Have an electronic signature process for your clients and your team, and everybody will win. It's a win, win, and win for everyone involved. So let me just continue. The last announcement we talked about was the Let's Talk live streaming. And again, this live stream is being brought to you by the Joystick. The Joystick. Y'all can connect with Joy Pearson, let's see, at Joystick on Instagram, and she's got Facebook at Joystick Info. She's going to be a phenomenal speaker for all of you guys. So tune in, continue to stay engaged. Let me know that you appreciated what you learned today, and I will be jumping on again next Tuesday at 11. So we're live here in the Geek Tank. I am yours truly, Sabrina Lowery, and I am your technology evangelist. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Geek Tank TV, and I hope you enjoyed our lesson in Transaction Desk and Authenticon. Have a great day, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for connecting with me. I'm so thrilled that you joined me here in the Geek Tank today. My name is Sabrina Lowery, and I am the broker of Legacy Realty and Management. We service all of your real estate needs: residential, commercial, buy, sell, buy and hold, fix and flip. Contract negotiations is my specialty, and I look forward to working with you all in the future. My website is www.legacyrealtyandmanagement.com. You may also connect with me on facebook.com/Sabrina Lowery RE Tech. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a marvelous day. Take care.